concept, I hadn't started working on that prior to submitting those submissions.
Yeah.
But I'll start working on that. But really, all this practice with the scales has been really helpful. I noticed yesterday when I started working on the second part of the minor scales, group 2, the B and F.
Yeah.
And I realized, gee, you know, I don't actually have, what I've been doing is memorizing the pattern. But what I found was, since I could sort of play the, what was it? I could play D, and so I could think about D and then translate it up the seventh, and that would give me the keys that need to be sharp, C, F, and A, and then just play the B and sharp those letters. It was kind of interesting. But it means being able to think of what letter I'm on when I get there. And that's been a problem for a while, because I haven't been able to say the letters even forward fast enough. Backwards, totally slow.
You could also focus on intervals, on moving up or down a skip or a step. That might help too.
Well, the intervals, yeah, but then I'd have to know what the interval was.
Well, you can know what an interval is just by looking at it.
Well, I know, but what I mean, I'd have to know what the interval was for that particular key signature.
No, just looking at between notes, from one note to another note. Forget key signature.
Well, if I look at the interval, say like I was going to practice that B and or the B minor. So the way I was thinking of it was C, F, and A sharp.
Yes.
So if I go B, C, and I just hit the sharp, and then D, E, F sharp, and then G, and then A sharp, and back to B. But by intervals, I would have no idea what interval to be going to.
Well, what I'm talking about is formula. So it would be first note, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. And you don't have to worry about any of your sharps. You just go from interval by formula.
Yeah, that's a kind of the way I was doing it before, but being able to recognize which notes to play sharp or flat seems to be a lot faster to me.
Okay, good.
If I can know what note I'm on.
Yeah.
But you're right. Just doing the interval, that works too, because then you just start at B and you go whole, half, whole, half, 1.5. That's the hard one.
Yeah.
Then half and whole. Yeah, that gets you still the same. Yeah, that works pretty good too.
Well, I was going to try to share my screen with you all and show you the leaderboard. But when I do that,
I just looked at it.
It doesn't let me do it without putting your real name. So all I can do is tell you that in first place is the Lenient Heron. Tied for second place is the Dashing Grasshopper and the Zany Rabbit.
Whoa.
And still to get on the board is the Zealous Catfish, the Influential Tiger, and the Hydraulic Chinchilla. So way to go, Lenient Heron. You are in first place. Let's get on it. Influential Tiger and Zealous Catfish and Hydraulic Chinchilla. Does everybody know their animal name?
I do now after looking at it.
Question in the chat. For the videos, would you like us to upload them on YouTube or email the videos directly to you? I would like you to either upload them on YouTube and post the link, or use the media recorder in Canvas. I do not want you to email them to me because they will clog up my email. So yeah, just put a link. You can upload a URL link, and that works great.
When we do the harmonization, can we send one at a time?
You can, but you can, but I'm only able to give you a partial score then, which is fine, and you're not but you won't get the badge until you do the whole.
Right.
Yeah.
It just said it's easier to do one correctly than to do all 6 correctly.
Yeah, that's fine. Just know that you're going to get a partial lower grade until they're all done. But that's totally fine, because every time you upload a new video, Canvas will tell me that you've submitted something, and then it'll ask me if I want to give you your original score or change your score. So that's totally fine.
Terrific. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Last time we had a quiz, and it seemed like everybody was doing pretty well with it. Yeah? Getting ready for the midterm with your pieces, yeah? Any questions before we dive in? All right, we also went over some sight reading last time, yeah? Okay, we've gone over group 1, group 2, and group 3 for all of our scales. Did we go over group 3's arpeggios? I'm having a hard time remembering. I think that we did at the same time. Nobody wants to talk to me today. That's cool. I see how it is. I showered and everything.
I was trying to do the intervals.
Yeah?
You have to learn the pattern backwards to do that.
Yeah. Yes, this is true. All right. You were asking about harmonization. We've gone over the first harmonization example, didn't we? Together?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions on the harmonization with regards to the 2 substitution chords?
Now, on the harmonization, you said you want us to submit that in the transposed version
We want you to do the transposition as well, yes.
as well. So we need to do both.
Yeah, let's look at that. So we went over 9-35, did we not?
9-35.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on my screen.
Yeah, we went over that with the E flat.
So let's talk about transposing into F. We talked a little bit about this last time. Do you remember we were reading something that was in a hard key, and we kind of ignored our key signature and did it in a new key? Maybe that was a different class. They're all running together. It's always hard coming back from a weekend. Let's turn to page 237. All right. Let me get my pencil here. Where is my... Oh, I need to hit the share screen button. That's why it's not working. Okay. For He's a Jolly Good Fellow, do you all remember what we did for our chords there?
Well, we called it E flat,
Correct.
right? But
It
if
is.
we transpose to F, are we going to end up now calling it F flat?
No, we're going to end up calling it F.
We're going to call it F.
Yeah. Let's just talk about the chords first in the key of E flat. What were the harmonization chords that we came up with?
E flat, G, and B flat for the tonic.
A major one.
Just give me Roman numerals. So 1.
Oh, 1, 4.
Major 4.
4.
1.
1.
Okay.
5.
4. 5, 5, 1.
The next one's 1. Then
Oh,
4.
yeah, I missed that 1 on.
4 here.
Yep.
Okay.
1.
4, 5.
And good old perfect authenticated.
I thought we had 5 on that one.
You could.
Where you put the 1, so you put 1, 5, 1.
You could put a 1 there. You could put a 5 there. You can get away with either.
Yeah, because the only tone we're working with is the 5th.
Correct.
And that's in both of those chords. We don't have any other information to go off of, so it's
Good
really
job.
up to you.
Right. So we play the tonic when we get 1, 3, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
We play the subdominant when we get
4, 6, 1.
1, 4, 6. Good. And the dominant when we get
5, 7, 2, 4.
good. So because that B flat is our 5, we can get away with almost anything there, can't we?
Well, tonic or dominant.
Oh yeah, I've written the wrong thing here. I'm sorry. Let me erase that. Try again. You're right, Edison. You can get away with tonic or dominant there. Okay.
But then you wanted us to put in a couple of substitutions.
That's correct. So where did you put your subs?
I put 1 there on that. Is that 13?
Measure 13, what did you put?
5, I substituted the 2.
The 2 works great there. Good. What else? You could go to the 6 here.
Hadn't gotten around to doing any other ones yet.
You could put a 2 here as well.
Okay, so we substitute 2 for 5, right?
We substitute 2 for 4.
2 for 4? Oh, then I shouldn't have put a substitution in that place because we used 1 or 5.
Right. I think we talked about it last time we went over this, but let's go over it again. Why does the 2 work there?
It's the relative minor of the major 4 chord.
What kind of a chord did we call that, Ben?
I love that chord. I should know it. I want to call it an 11th.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a jazz chord called an 11th. So it's a root, a third, a fifth, a seventh, a ninth, and an 11th. Yeah. Another reason that we can get away with it is that it's a predominant. A 2 chord is a predominant. The 2 goes to the 5, goes to the 1. And if you take a jazz piano class, you have to be able to do your piano, your 2-5-1 chord progressions in all 12 keys. 2-5-1, 2-5-1. Anyway, but if you don't want to put it there, you don't have to put it there. You can go to the 2 chord right off the bat, and that's often a good place to go to the 2 chord, is right as your second chord. Okay, so now
if you change a 4 to a 2, does that mean you would change a 2 to a 4?
you could.
So they're transposable back and forth.
Yeah, if you remember, there's only one note different between the 2 chords. I'll try to show you this on Classroom Maestro. Let me...
Yeah, because you have with the 4 and 6.
Yeah, so in this case, we're going to be... Oops. So here's my E flat. There's my 2 chord. There's my 4 chord. There's my 2 chord in first inversion. So you'll notice that they have 2 notes in common. That note and that note are the same. And then this note is only 1 note off. So they sound remarkably similar, and 2 of the notes are common to both chords. So now let's talk about transposition. We are transposing from the key of E flat to the key of F major. How does that work?
So just going to F major.
Yeah. How far away is that?
Well, it's only one step.
It's 1 whole step.
What? E flat, right. Okay, it's a whole step, right.
So we're going to transpose a whole step up. Now, this is going to be tricky maybe for some of you, trying to figure out how you want to do this in your mind. Some of you are going to want to probably just do this intervallically. So what was my E flat now is going to become my F. So rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to start on E flat, I'm going to think in my mind, I'm going to start on my F. And if I look intervallically, I can see that this is a skip up. So I'm going to skip up, same note, step down, step up, step down, same note, step down, same note, step down, step up, skip down, same note, skip up, same note, step down, step up, skip up, same note, step down, same note, step down, skip down, step down. So
Well,
I marked all of my skips with a red X. So all I'm thinking is, how far am I moving? Am I moving up a step, up a skip, up a leap, down a step, down a skip, down a leap, or staying on the same note?
what do you mean you marked them with a red X?
On my screen, you should be able to see all the red X's from where I skipped. Do you not see a red X right here?
Well, I see one there, but I don't
One,
see it
two,
in a lot of
three, four,
places.
five.
Yeah, there's
Is-
5
yeah.
red X's on my screen.
Measure 7,
Why,
measure 8.
why only have 5 of them? You have to do it everywhere, don't you?
Well, skips. He's talking about skips, not steps. Stepwise
5
motion is easier to see. Skips are really what you kind of need to keep a close eye for. And he marked all of those out.
Okay, I think. So you're marking the skips, but the steps you just take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't mark any steps.
Pardon? Okay, so the steps, when you get to there, you do the steps.
Right. You just step as normal. It's harder for people to see skips, so I highlighted them all with a red X.
Well, okay, the skip to me, I guess it's just because in the key of F,
He plays the same note.
in the key of F, you have to have different sharps and flats. I mean, different. Actually,
This is true.
There's only G flat.
This is true. And if you get into a key mindset, that's going to be harder for you.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's very complicated because I don't know which key I'm on.
Right. So
Right.
if you abandon the key and know that the only black note that you have to worry about is B flat, and you focus on steps and skips, then you'll know I'm going up or I'm going down. Here's a skip, here's a skip, here's a skip, here's a skip, here's a skip. Everything else is a step.
Yeah, but how does that? Okay. Okay, it's a skip because you're going from
A line to a line or a space to a space. Skipping a finger.
Okay, steps. Okay, skips. It's
Steps do not skip a finger. Step goes to the very next finger, either up or down. So
but how does it help you?
How does it help you? You have to be able to play this in F. How are you going to play this in F? How are you going to do it? If I said play for He's a Jolly Good Fellow, your right hand in F, what would you do, Edison?
Okay, I would have made a mistake.
Okay, what would you have done?
Because I would have just gone up. Well, I can see now why I would have made a mistake because I wasn't looking at the flats, and I was just saying, okay, I go up a half a step there, but if I went from E to F, that would be to me like so I would have made a mistake.
Yeah, so don't mix up half steps and whole steps with steps and skips.
So you go from E, but you're going from E flat to F.
Yes.
So you're going to F, and then you're going from G, you're going to A.
Yeah, and you can do it that way. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'll show you it real quick. You could go like this. You could write out my musical alphabet is E flat, F, G, A. Where'd I go? E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat in the old key. And you could write it out F, G, A. B flat, C, D, E, F in the new key, like a trans, what are those things called?
A cipher?
Yeah, what that translator ring. You could translate it all that way, but that's harder, and it's going to take you much longer, and it's going to not sound very good. If I write out all the letters in the new key, that's not really learning how to transpose by sight. That's what I'm trying to get you to do.
Oh, you want us to transpose by sight? Well, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So if you transpose by sight, you have to totally key in on how far am I moving and in what direction. So it tells me to start on an E flat with a thumb. So I'm going to play with an F with a thumb, and I see that my next distance, my next interval between the two notes is a skip. So I'm going to skip up to A. Same note, step down, step up, step up. That's where my B flat is. Step down. So you really have to pay attention to how far am I going and in what direction. And if it were me, I would call those things out as I read it. I would work on my right hand all by itself and just say, how far am I moving in between each note from one note to the next?
This is where solfege is really starting to help.
Absolutely. Do, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, re, re, do, re, mi, do, mi, re, mi, fa, la, so, fa, re, do. Yep. And you'll get solfege in ear training 1 if you haven't taken ear training 1 yet. I think half of you have and half of you haven't. So
solfeging the chords is a bit different. It's a bit
do,
tricky.
mi, so, do, fa, la, ti, re, fa, so. Yeah. All right. What do we think?
Well, when you're doing that, you're thinking from D to F is a half step.
From D to F?
From E to F.
From E to F is a half step, true, but from E flat to F is a whole step.
But because it's E flat, you have to go the whole step.
Correct.
But it's E flat.
So you can do it that way, Edison. You can think, okay, my old note was G, but I'm going up a whole step, so my new note's going to be A.
I'm trying to figure out how you know where. See, like we went from D flat to F.
Where's my D flat?
Okay, E flat. We went from E flat to F.
Yeah.
Okay. So we also have a B flat.
We do.
So in a B flat, we go to a C.
Yes, but you're doing it the translation way, which is going to be hard.
Without translating, what I would do is once you see that, then you go and if you have a B flat, I don't remember I think we had one, didn't we? Well, there was one there somewhere with B.
We do. But life's going to be easier for you if you just buy into the system and try to do it intervallically.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Where is the intervallic stuff? So
the intervallic stuff is right here. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your right hand thumb on F, and I want you to ignore the key signature.
Okay, put your right hand thumb on F. Okay.
We're going to ignore the key signature. And Edison, you tell me, how far do we go from the first note to the second note?
How far do we go to get to that?
From here to here is how far?
Get to that G. Well, that's like 3 half steps.
Great. So what I would do is I would think of that as a skip. Because I'm skipping from scale degree 1 to scale degree 3. So if I have my F major 5-finger pattern,
okay,
and if I start on F
and skip.
and I skip up, I'm now skipping to an A. Right?
So 3 half steps is called a skip.
It is.
Okay, that I didn't somehow.
But so is 4 half steps.
They're both called skips.
They are, and this is why you can't rely on keyboard half steps when we're talking about steps and skips. We have to think about scale degrees. Because both minor and major have skips and steps. So you can have a major skip and you can have a minor skip. One is 3 half steps and one is 4 half steps. But if you think in the key, not half steps, but skips and steps, I'm skipping up to my 3rd finger. I'm keeping my same finger, step down, step up, step up, step down, same note, step down, same note, step down, step up, skip down, same note, skip up, same note, step down, step up, skip up, same note, step down, same note, step down, skip down, step down.
Okay,
You'll be able to
that's
do
a whole different way of thinking.
It is.
Because I was thinking like, okay, I'm on E, but I know E is flat, and then I go to G.
That's a lot harder.
Then I'm at G. Well, that's the only way that I have been able to start thinking about playing.
Yet, so far.
Okay, so I can't even do that very good.
So put your thumb on F for me.
Yeah, I got it on F.
Now I want your eyes right here on my cursor. I'm going to turn on the highlight for you. So here we are on F, and we're skipping up. What do I get?
I'm going. Well, if I did the same distance.
Yep.
Then, well, wait a minute. Before I was on.
Forget where you were. Look where you're at now. I'm skipping how far? I'm making a skip from 1 to 3.
E. If I go E flat to G.
We don't want to do that. We're in F major.
F and A.
Yep, good, Luda. And then I'm on the same note.
Yeah, but how do I know I'm doing that?
Because you put your hand in a 5-finger pattern for F major. So your thumb's on F, your 2's on G, your 3's on A, your 4's on B flat, and your 5 is on C.
Okay.
Now don't move your hand and watch your music. Here we go. Thumb's on F, and we're going to skip up to 3 on A. Same note.
Oh.
Same note. Step down, we're going to be playing 2 on G.
Yeah, but wait a minute. If I go to A, but the way my fingers are, I'm on A sharp.
You shouldn't be if you're in a 5-finger pattern like I set you up. F major.
Major. F major.
White, black, white.
Oh, okay. See, I wasn't on F major. I was on F sharp. That's why. Okay.
Don't confuse sharps with major. Completely different things.
Okay.
So we have a white, black, white 5-finger pattern. My 4 is on the B flat. True?
My 4 is on the B flat, right?
Okay, let's go again. So thumb on F.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to go skip up. So we should be 3 on A.
3 A.
But your eyes need to be on the music. Same note. Same note. Step down. Step up. Step up. That should be your 4 on B flat. Now we're going to step back down. Same note. Step down. Same note. Same note. Step down. Step up. Step up. Skip down. Same note. Skip up. Same note. Same note. Step down. Step up. Step up. Now we got to skip up and put our 5 on it. Same note. Now we're going to step down with our 4. Same note. Same note. 3's now on the B flat. Skip down to 2 on G. Step down to thumb on F. How did it go?
I'm completely lost. I have no idea what's the skip, what's the step. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, tell me what's a 5-finger pattern in F, Edison?
Okay, we're gonna go F, G, B.
Nope, you skipped a letter.
F, G, A. Right, F, G, A. Then B flat, C.
Good. Play me 2 on G.
2 on G. What do you mean 2 on G?
Play your 2 on G.
Finger 2 on G.
Well, that's where my 2 is.
Play it. Excellent. Now we're going to skip up. What is the note? What's the new note and what's the new finger? If you skip a finger and you skip up, what do you get?
Yeah, but okay, why?
What's the answer? What's the answer?
I don't know. The skipping stuff is confusing to me. You said once it's a 4 and sometimes it's 3, and I mean.
You're thinking half steps. Don't think half steps. Look at my screen. We've got a 1.
Okay, I'm playing.
We've got a 1 on F, a 2 on G, a 3 on A, a 4 on B flat, and a 5 on C. If I'm having you start with a 2 on G and I'm telling you to skip up, I'm now going to have a 4 on B flat because I skipped my 3.
Yeah, but why did I do that? I don't have any idea.
Because that's what our music told us to do. They told us we are going to skip a note and we're going to go from a line note to a line note. Well, here we're going to do the same thing, going from a space to a space.
Okay, so a line note to a line note is a skip.
It is.
And a space to a space is a skip.
It is.
Okay, so let me write that down. Line note.
That was piano 1, lesson 1.
Yeah, but I had no idea what you were talking about.
A line to a space is a step. And a space to a line is a step.
So a space to a line is a step.
And a line to a space is a step.
Is a step.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, the reason that was like totally got me confused was because space to a line. Okay, we have steps and half steps.
You can't think half steps anymore. That's gone. Half steps only work when we're looking on the piano. When we're looking on the staff, it's either steps, skips, or leaps.
Oh, okay. So a leap
is anything bigger than a skip.
Oh, something bigger than a skip. So a leap can be anything.
Yep.
Bigger than a skip. Okay. So, but we're not talking about half steps.
Not anymore.
Okay, we're talking about going from a line to a line is a skip.
Correct.
Space to a space is a skip.
Correct.
Line to a space or space to a line is a step.
You got it.
Okay, so in the first, when we go from D flat to G, then we're
was a skip.
we're going to skip. Okay, that's going to be a skip. When we go down from G to F, that's a step.
Correct.
And then we're going to go up a step. And then
Yes.
another step.
Yes.
We'll go down a step.
Yes.
Same, down a step.
Good.
Same. Down a step, up a step, up a step. And then we're going to do a skip.
Down. Yep.
That's where your X is, because that's a skip.
You got it. You are now reading intervallically, Edison. That is called intervallic reading.
We're going to do a skip again.
Yep.
Okay.
So instead of our hand being here,
and you mark all
the skips.
Skips. Okay.
So instead of our hand being in this position for E flat, I'm going to be in this position for F.
Okay, so we're going to start in F.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where a skip comes into play. And what do you do with a skip?
Just forget about that for a second. We're going to start on F, and we're going to follow that same pattern that you just read to me. Now, you told me we went up a skip. We stayed on the same note.
Okay, but now what is a skip? Because
same thing.
I'm looking on here, and a skip.
We're going to follow the same pattern, Edison. We're going to follow the same pattern as if we were in E flat, but we've just moved our hand to be in a new key of F. So here, I'll do it in E flat for you. Up a skip, same note, same note, step down, step up, step down. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but in the key of F. First note is F, skip up, same note, step down, step up, step down. I got the same tune, but I played it in a different key by following the same steps and skips.
I did the same thing, but I transposed it to C minor, and that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
With the accompaniment, too.
So, Edison, we can play this in any key we want, following the exact same steps and skips.
So skip would be a space to a space.
It could be.
So if I'm in F, then I'm going to go to A.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm in F and I go to A.
Mm-hmm.
So F to A. Okay, so then I'm just thinking F to A. I don't know.
So I just want you to follow the same pattern that we had.
And a step.
You called it out beautifully when you did it before.
So then a step. So I go from F, then I do a skip and I go to A.
Mm-hmm.
And I drop down a step. So
Nope. Same note.
Well, same note. Okay.
Same note.
Same
then
note.
We step down.
And then we drop down. So we drop down only a
step.
Only a step. So I go from A
to G. No, to G.
From
A to G, you're right.
From A to G.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you put your hand in the right spot, You don't have to keep track of every note name. You just do it.
Interval.
Yeah.
Okay, why would I know that going from F to A? Why do I know I go from one? Okay, so that's a skip. So I skip a finger.
You got it.
I skip a finger. So I just
Mhm.
go. I go to there. But okay, but how do I know if I'm going to be going to a sharp or a flat?
Because your fourth finger's on the flat. Because you set your hand up in the right position.
My fourth finger's on the flat.
Because
Okay.
your 1 is on F, your 2 is on G, your 3 is on A, your 4 is on B flat, and your 5 is on C.
Okay, so that's going up for this going up. So that fourth finger blocks me from going up to a sharp.
Your fourth finger's on the flat.
Okay. But then after I do all those A's, then I have to go down a
Down a step.
down a step. So I just go down the next finger.
Mm-hmm. Then what do you do?
So I go down the next finger, but I don't know if I'm going down. Okay, I won't go to the flat because I'm already, so I don't know if I'm going to a sharp.
You don't have any sharps in this key. You have one flat.
Yeah, B flat.
Yep.
Right. But I only know when I'm at B flat when I'm at B.
So put your thumb on F for me.
Yeah, I got it.
Skip up. Same note. Same note. Step down. Step up. Step up.
Wait a minute.
What?
Okay. All right. So step up takes me back up to A.
Good. Step up again, and where are we?
If I step up again, then I would be on B.
Nope. You'd be on B flat if you put your hand in the right spot.
What? Okay, if my finger's in the right spot. Okay, I'm on B flat.
Yep.
Okay.
And then step down.
Okay.
Same note. Step down.
So then I'm going down to G.
You got it. Same note. Same note. Step down. Step up.
Yeah.
Step up. Skip down.
Skip down. So then I go back to F.
You got it. Same note. Skip up.
Back up to A.
Same note. Same note. Step down. Step up.
Yeah.
And you're on A, right?
Yes.
Step up. You're on B flat.
Flat.
Now here's where it gets tricky. In measure 12, they give you a new finger numbers because we're leaving our 5-finger pattern. And we end up putting a 5 on D.
5 on.
Mhm.
5 on.
Another octave. No, it's the same octave.
5 on D. But that was like a.
It was a skip.
Yeah.
Yep, we did a skip.
You go to a skip. So
where our pinky used to play C, we didn't play a C. We skipped that C and we put that pinky on D.
So we skip all the way up to D.
Yep.
Okay.
Now we're going to repeat that note. And then we're going to step down, putting our 4 now on B flat. I'm sorry, our 4 now on C. Same note. Same note.
Oh.
Now our 3 is going to be on B flat. And we're going to skip to 2 on G and step down to thumb on F. And you just played for He's a Jolly Good Fellow in the new key of F major. And you did it while you read intervallically with skips and steps and leaps. So we are out of time today.
Well, thank you for taking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In the whole class explain us what it's skip and step.
It's okay, though, because now you'll be so much faster. If you can switch over to step and skip mode, you'll be a lot quicker of a sight reader.
So when you do step and skip, you do that instead of, what was I doing?
Half steps and whole steps.
I was doing half steps and whole steps. Yeah,
it's a lot slower.
I wasn't really doing half steps and whole steps. What the heck was I doing? I was just doing notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going like from E to F or E to G.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing any half steps or whole steps or anything. I was doing notes.
Yeah, you were reading like you were doing the equivalent. Instead of reading words, you were reading one letter at a time.
Exactly. It was very challenging to do that and keep track of that, especially when you started going to two hands.
Yeah.
Because each hand has got a different.
Yeah. So this will be a quicker way for you to read.
So if I'm doing this step and half step, it's just moving your fingers. But the key to that is you have to have your fingers
in the right position.
They have to be in the right places for the 5 fingers.
You got it. You got it.
Okay, and if they are, then this will work.
Yep.
If I practice it enough.
And then the next step is watching when they give you a new finger number that takes you out of your old position and puts you in a new position. And that's what's tricky.
But when you go into the new position, let's see, we did that. We went to but when you move to the new position, don't you still save the same finger pattern?
Potentially. So what I want to do tomorrow, Edison, is I want to look at some old melodies that are in a single pat position, and I want to look at some new melodies that are in a new finger position, so you can see the difference between the two.
No, because when you did change the finger pattern, that didn't keep the B flat.
Right.
So you're in a new finger position.
It gave a new finger for that B flat. We'll do more of that tomorrow.
Thank you.
All righty. Have a good day. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Yes. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
See ya.
Wow.
You'll get it.
Okay.
It's going to become quicker for you now.
Well, maybe it will, but it's going to take me a while to catch on to this.
Yeah, and we'll do it again. We'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll do a nice baby step transition tomorrow. All right.
I'll practice this.
All right.
Because I really need to practice the sight reading.
Yes. So what I would do if I was you is I would go back to Unit 2 and do every reading unit, every section of reading from Unit 2 on.
Well, I have to do these, what do you call it? These harmonizations.
Yep.
So I could practice the sight reading with the harmonizations.
You can.
But practice it with this technique.
Yep.
And if I do that, maybe I'll get better, and maybe that'll help me in the long run. Because you might have told me to do that.
Yeah.
Last year,
Yeah.
and I misinterpreted what you said.
Yeah.
I was still trying to just move my fingers, like my sight reading. When I was doing the D, like if I was doing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow, and I'm doing the sight reading, I'm just looking at D flat and then going, up to G,
Yeah.
and then down to F, or no, staying at G.
Yeah,
G.
you were reading one note at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was doing that, and it kept me. Actually, I was starting to get faster at that. It kept me on the notes, and then since I was in D, flat or E flat, I just knew which notes were flattened, and did that when I came along. But what you're saying here is I shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
I should have my D already figured. So if I'm in D, then I'm going to be D and F and G.
Should be
B
D,
flat.
D, E, F sharp, G, A if you're in D.
What?
It should be
I'm
D,
in
E, F sharp, G, A.
D flat, right?
Oh, D flat, E flat, F, G
Oh,
flat.
not D flat, E flat, right? E flat. I'm saying it
E
wrong.
flat, F, G, A flat, B flat.
A flat, B flat, right? Right.
So we'll go over that tomorrow. I got to run. I got to set up my next class.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.